God morning. It is March 25th. God calling, wonders will unfold, and God eventide. Shit. Sift your motives. I almost said shift, and then I was like, wait, that's wrong. And I relooked, and I almost said S-H-I-T. I'll just spell that out. I'm sure you guys can spell. So we almost made a little oopsie. So let's see what God has to say today. God calling, wonders will unfold. I am with you. Do not fear. Never doubt my love and power. Your heights of success will be won by the daily present doing of what I have said. Your heights of success will be won by the daily persistent, not president, doing of what I have said. Wow. That's kind of wild. And what did God say? Never doubt my love and power. He's with you. Do not fear. If you guys want to be successful, that's so much. That's all you really need to know. If you guys want to be successful, right? Learn to love the Lord, and then never doubt his fear, never doubt his love, never doubt his power, and just know that he is always with you. If you have that and you harbor that in your heart going forward every single day of your life, you will be successful every single day of your life, which will just accumulate into widespread success for not only you, the people around you, God, every Christian on the planet. Literally, you'll just be doing God's work if you're able to really, really just be persistent in doing those exact things. Daily, steady persistence. Like the wearing away of a stone by steady drops of water, so will your daily persistence wear away all the difficulties and gain success for you and secure your help for others. So exactly what I just said. This will bring not only success for you, but for others, right? For your relationship with the Lord will be successful. Whatever you do here on earth will be successful. Your relationship with others will be a positive influence, and it will be your successful mission that God has sent you down on this earth to do, right? You'll be successful in your eternal life. You'll be building wealth in God's name, in God's presence for heaven, for your next life, right? These things are so important. And it's that daily steadiness, that persistence. We've talked about this a lot on this channel, how if you look at things exponentially, then you can never really fail, right? It's always going to be a slow, steady start, right? But then if you eventually stick to it long enough, it'll take off. It'll take off no matter what. And then that's just what we see in nature. That's what we see in God. And then that's what he's saying here, right? He's saying just like how, oh my gosh, I just smacked a bee by accident. Oh my, what the heck? I literally just went like that and a bee just hit. All right, whatever. What was I saying? Yeah, so just like how a stone, right? Drip, drop, drip, drop. It takes forever for that stone to whittle. It takes forever for that to cave, but eventually it will. Just give it enough time, give it enough effort, and it will, right? We see that just like how I said earlier, we see that in nature all the time. That's a perfect example that God uses, right? Daily, steady persistence. That is what is key. That is what is vital for success in every facet of the word. Never falter. Go forward so boldly, so unafraid. I am beside you to help and strengthen you. Wonders have unfolded. More still will unfold. Beyond your dreams, beyond your hopes. Say all is well to everything. All is well. That is crazy, guys. Oh my gosh, there's so much. That's so amazing. I feel like so many people need to hear that, right? Because we all want to be successful. We all want to be successful. We all have a different word for success, right? Whether that's raising a great family, whether that's getting this certain career job, whether that's, making this amount of money. But that is all under the umbrella of just loving the Lord. That's all under the umbrella of praising him and of just being persistent in his love, right? Knowing that he's with you. Never doubting his love, never doubting his power, and being able to grow and gain that for yourself and be able to inflict that on other people and help other people, right? It's we all want to be successful, and it's hard. It's always hard, right? Because God is telling us right here that the only way to do that is to be persistent. And that's something that we don't want to do. We just want it now. We want it now, and we want it the way we want it, and we want it how we want it, and we want it when we want it, where we want it, all these things, right? But God is saying that is coming to us, and it will be more than we even wanted, no more than we hoped for, but we just have to be persistent in the Lord, and we have to never stop. God even said, sift your motives. So I feel like now it's going to start talking about what you do in your day-to-day, right? And why you're doing these things. So because that's even more important, right? We like to look at the big picture, right? I got this car, I got this job, I did this thing, I helped this person. But what are those little micro events that led to that? Because that's really, in those fine print, that's where the real details matter. That's where all that benefit that you could do, all that things that you did accomplish happen. That's where it mattered. That's where it was able to culminate. So just remember that those day-to-day things, that day-to-day persistence is really where the real crap happens. The real shift happens. Take out one of those letters. Walk in my ways. This is sift your motives. Follow the path I've bidden you tread. Humble yourselves before me and keep my laws. So shall you have perfect peace. So it's saying, your motives. You like sifting is clearing out, right? It's like when you're sifting for gold, right? You just take a clump of dirt and you go like this, and then eventually all the impurities will fall out and it'll just be the beauty left. It'll just be what you're seeking for. So that's what's saying, sift your motives. Make sure you know what you're doing and why you're doing it, because if you don't have a clear picture of that, then you're going to get lost along the way. It's going to be hard to be persistent for something that you don't care about, for something that you just think would be a good idea or would be something nice to do, but you don't have that real drive, that real persistence, that real motive behind it. Walk in my ways, follow the path I have bidden you tread. So God has that plan already laid out for you, right? He has those motives for you, but just make sure that they're the right ones that you're going after. Humble yourselves before me and keep my laws, so shall you have perfect peace. I am with you to give you the needed strength. Go forward unafraid. Grow in grace and in the knowledge of me, your master and your friend. Count all the learning of earth's wisest as nothing compared with the wisdom that I, your Lord, would show you. Love and learn. You have much, very much to do for my kingdom. So seek to become perfect. Sift your motives. All that is unworthy cast aside. Uproot its inner growth. You are freely forgiven. Forgive freely, largely, wonderfully. Guys, at the end of the day, we'll always be forgiven, right? We're always going to mess up. But as long as you're learning from that, right? And as long as you're continuously looking and seeking God, right? And looking for that correct motive and doing things for the right reason, you'll do nothing but grow, right? And it says here, right, count all the learnings of earth's wisest as nothing compared with the wisdom that I, your Lord, will show you. Like the wisest people on earth are only wise like that because they ask those questions, because they go out of their way to obtain that knowledge, that godly knowledge, right? But you are able to do that. You are able to do that and do it better than that. They're just someone that got to it before you. They're just someone that was able to live life and experience things more than you. But that's not saying that you can't do that. God's saying that once you really sift your motives, once you really find out what, and you're persistent at it, you find out the what, why, and how, you will be able to gain so much knowledge. You'll be able to gain so much wisdom, and you'll be and it's just going to be so much easier for you, right? Easier for you to live on this planet, easier for you to love and to learn, easier for you to just have all those things that you need and be able to enter into God's kingdom. So seek to become perfect. A lot of people like to say that like nobody's perfect, and that's so true because but we were made in God's image, so we have the potential to be perfect. No one is inherently perfect because we're upon this planet, because we have that free will that God's given us. But because we have those, that just means that once we do become perfect, once we get closer and closer, like that's just, it's more worth it. It's more earned, right? And then that's why God puts these things in our lives, to really earn that perfection, to really see where we're at and be able to grow upon that. All that is unworthy, cast aside, uproot its inner growth. You are freely forgiven. Forgive freely, largely, wonderfully. Guys, if anything in your life is not correct, I know that's hard to really look at, but if you're doing something in your life, everyone has something in the back of their head that just isn't right, that you know that's not working towards God, that's not working towards anything of note, right? That's not a good motive. That's not like, if it feels you, if it makes you feel good, if it's just a dopamine rush, if you're like, if I do this long enough I can get rich, anything like that, right? If it's just a habit, a really bad habit, anything like that, whatever motive is behind it, it's nothing compared to the Lord and compared to getting into that kingdom, right? So just make sure that you're persistent in things that matter. You're persistent in the Lord. That's all I gotta say. That is March 25th. Today was a little bit of a long one, a little bit of a rambler, but we got through it. I love you guys. March 25th, and with that, I will say amen.